What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Choosing Beggar demands free room because his watermelon won't fit in his mini fridge. So this story takes place in about 2 years ago in Jamaica. I had just checked into the resort we were staying at after a long flight. I was pretty tired and hungry, so me and my mom went down to the lobby to get a snack from the little store thing. After we had picked out some chips and candy, we went to the front desk to pay. We line up and there's 2 people in front of us. The first person finishes, and this is when Choosing Beggar, who is the person in front of us, starts talking to poor employee. Choosing Beggar: "Hi, can I move rooms, please?" Employee: "Okay, what's the reason?" "My mini fridge is too small for my watermelon I bought, and I would like to upgrade to a bigger room with a bigger mini fridge. That's free, right?" "I'm sorry, our mini fridges are all the same size, so we will not be upgrading your room." Then the Choosing Beggar turns as red as a chili pepper and starts screaming, while me and my mom are just taken back by his reason for wanting a new room. "What? Why don't you have bigger mini fridges? You either get me a bigger room with a bigger mini fridge or I'm leaving." Once again, I'm sorry, but we cannot upgrade your room. "Then I'm leaving and you're going to get a horrible review on TripAdvisor." Choosing Beggar storms off towards the elevator. We pay for our snacks, then head for the elevator. The elevator doors open, and guess who we see? That's right, Choosing Beggar dragging a suitcase and a watermelon in hand. But wait a second, I don't think you need to refrigerate a watermelon. Nice one, Chief. Active military wanted compensation for a ski pass. First post on here, I just remembered this story. So a while ago, I used to work for a giant ski resort in their call center. At that time, the company has just launched their military passes, which were $89, and that was for the best pass. People who weren't active military were paying $8.99 for said pass. Thing is, military couldn't just buy it, you had to send in documentation to a third-party company that verified it for us. They were a company that worked for the military often. So on our end, all we see is approved or not approved, no documents, nothing sensitive. This young military guy calls in and asks if he's been approved and says he has issues with third-party companies. Now 90% of my calls were exactly like that, and we hated that company too, so I understood. I asked him to hold while I checked to see if he was approved, and it showed he wasn't. I notified him as such and said he would have to send his documentation back in or contact the other company to see what's up. Turns out the wrong name was listed, so in the end he was approved. He just had a few accounts with the company, and I apologized for the confusion, but did tell him he was approved after we cleared things up. Now keep in mind, he's paying $90 for no blackout dates, all the resorts. Basically, he has the best pass the company offers. What happens next just pissed me off. Me. "Alright sir, so it looks like you were actually approved, it was just another name. Now you just have to wait for the pass." Choosing Beggar: "Seriously? I can't believe it took that much. Can I get some sort of compensation for the trouble this has been?" This company doesn't give this in general, and again, he's paying $90 for a $900 pass, so a 90% discount. "I'm sorry sir, but we do not give compensations at all." "Seriously? I went through all that trouble and I can't even get a discount or anything?" At this point, I'm a little abrasive because I've had it with this guy. "Sir, you are already getting a pass for 90% off, so no, we are not giving you any sort of compensation. Have a good day." Geez, but 99% of all current or post-military I talked to were quite nice. This guy though. "Chief, yeah, you know what? Here, have the pass for free, donkey." Ex-coworker on Facebook with a 2-month-old baby asking for all sorts of things. So some backstory. I've met this girl maybe 3 times on the same shift as she's covered in my store from another. She's a good few months younger than me and is constantly on and off with her boyfriend, who then got engaged to and now are broken up again with a 2-month-old baby she has full custody of. Note: from what I've actually spoken to her, she is a nice girl in person, it just seems to be online she's very picky. I have her on Facebook still only cause I found her post funny about how she brags about being a good mother, while she was still pregnant, and how she's better than everyone else despite there being evidence she was drinking while pregnant / breastfeeding. I was scrolling through and I noticed a recommendation request post. Her caption was, "Does anyone have a new car made 2018 at the latest, good sized engine, no damage, good mileage, etc. for under £400? PM me if any offers / help. In the comments, they were recommending cars in the price range, being older and not perfect quality, etc. She also constantly posts asking for a specific brand of nappies and formula, toys, and other equipment that normally costs a fair amount for free. Just this morning, she posts on recommendations again, asking for a good high-paying job for 10 hours a week, where she's only had a job where I have, in fast food, and from what I believe, she dropped out of college and skipped university as she believed her boyfriend/fiance would pay for everything for her and her fun life. Even though he worked in the same place as us and he had to pick up more hours as she wanted him to, while she dropped to roughly working one day that's 5 hours long. Even now, when they're broken up, he is paying for everything for her, especially when it comes to the child, taxi to the hospital/doctors for checkups, etc., as neither drive. I'm pretty sure she doesn't even have a license too. I understand raising a child at the age of 18 or 19 is difficult, but she lives at home and basically everything her parents give her she tries to sell as it's not high enough quality for her. Yikes. Yeah, there's no way you're getting a 2018 vehicle for 400 pounds. Good luck with that one. Store brand isn't good enough for this choosing beggar. One night, after I had gotten off my shift at work, I decided on my drive home that I would stop by the grocery store so I could make something for breakfast in the morning. It's about 11 p.m. when I pull up into the nearly empty parking lot. There's a couple cars near the entrance and one van parked directly behind me whose side door opens as soon as I put my car in park. I watch my side mirror as a lady climbs out and starts walking towards my car. And being the overly suspicious person I am, I decide not to exit my car. The lady comes to my window and starts knocking on it, so I crack it and ask how I can help her. She puts a piece of paper on my window as she turns and waves back towards the van. I'm reading the paper as 3 kids come from the van to stand just behind the lady. Choosing beggar. My kids are hungry, can you buy these things on my grocery list? Me glancing over a list that says things like candy, chips, soda, etc. I'm sorry ma'am, I don't have much money either, I can't buy these things. Well, what about some Crisco so I can fry them chicken? Looking at the kids and feeling bad, okay, I can do that. The lady steps away and lets me out of my car. I tell her I will run in quick and be out in 10 to 15 minutes. I go in and get what I need, then go to the cooking oils and look at the Crisco, which costs at least $4 more than the store brand. I chose the store brand and go to pay for the items. On my way out of the store, I see the lady still standing by my car. I hand her the bag of oil and take my keys out to get going. Choosing beggar looks in the bag and yells, "Hey! This isn't Crisco." I'm sorry, that's what I can afford to pay at this time. Choosing beggar hands back the bag. I'll just ask someone else. I stared at her in disbelief. She just turned and left. Oh my god. Are people that ungrateful? Like, come on Karen, why are you complaining? You're getting free oil. Tales of all things homemade. First post, yikes, hope it belongs here. So I'm a very creative person. I make all sorts of jewelry and accessories. Crochet, sew, macrame, chainmail, wire wrapping, polymer clay. My absolute favorite is bead weaving. I do not sell any creations and only make it for myself, my daughter, and like 3 other important people to me. The reason for this is one you all know all too well. People do not value the time and effort of art. I've been bead weaving since I was 14, and if I may say so, I'm pretty good at it. I own a huge collection of unique, gorgeous jewelry because of it, as well as many patterns purchased over the years. An advanced piece can take up to 20 hours of work as I'm a perfectionist who double reinforces everything. Even easy pieces take an hour or more. Okay, now onto the choosing beggar. My 32 and 40-year-old cousin came over a while back to visit. We are not very close as she's moved for years and hadn't seen the family for a long time. I was showing her around my new townhouse and she saw my huge craft cabinet with all my jewelry hanging off the wall. She immediately goes over and starts awing over all my creations. Choosing beggar. Wow, these are gorgeous. Where do you buy your jewelry? Thanks, I actually make them myself. Guess what happens next? They're so professional looking. You should totally sell these. I'll pay $20 for this one right now. Oh, well, I don't want to sell. That one costs $30 of materials and 20 hours of my time, so I don't think anyone would be willing to pay what it's worth to me. I just make them for fun for my daughter and I. That makes sense. I'm sure you don't mind making some for family though. I can do 30. I'm not selling any. However, I have a ton of patterns and love teaching people and crafting with people. Maybe we could go bead shopping. You can use the $30 to buy the colors you like and come over for a craft day and I'll show you how to make them. It would be great to see you more often and catch up anyways. No thanks, that sounds like it takes way too much time. It's not really worth it. She then told her mom I refused to give her something I can make easily when she even offered to pay for materials. She's also gotten pissed at me when she found out I made my mom a few things for Mother's Day because she's a mother too. We don't talk anymore. Wow. I used to work extra hours free of charge until Choosing Beggar becomes Major B. I am a professional middle manager, honest, hardworking, and pleasant guy who is easy to get along with. I'm not the smartest, but I always put in stellar effort and get excellent results. I'm not very assertive, unfortunately. I've been at the job for several years and have been passed from the director role because I don't have a law degree. I usually work for hours and I'm entitled to overtime. I don't get paid overtime as the company style is modified by office structure. Long story short, my current boss is fairly new at her role. She had a previous role at the company but got this role a couple of years ago. We initially had a great professional relationship. She's filling in for someone else at the time. One of my colleagues made a remark months ago that my boss is a major choosing beggar and is psychotic. I wasn't smart enough to believe him as I hardly had interactions with her. She's based out of California and flies to our office once a week. I began seeing signs of Choosing Beggar very recently in a series of events. Some of the events included Choosing Beggar making very demeaning comments about employees. I was treated like a professional moron as my colleague told me to expect. Choosing Beggar had me working overtime without pay with false advertising of a promotion in October. I was told to wait, still nothing. Then last month, Choosing Beggar begins making threats of giving a woman my job and stating we need diversity in the workplace. I'm an older white man, what's that supposed to mean? Choosing Beggar demands I work weekends and remain on call. Fine. Today, Choosing Beggar had me doing her work and failed at all to say please or thanks for me doing her work while she's away. She makes a call to me, berating me for being so stupid for making her look bad in front of the boss, as I asked a question in an email. I had it. I emailed her and said that I already worked over 40 hours this week, so either the company can pay me overtime or I will leave early. She finally apologized. It's not just the money, it's the respect for my merit and worth as a hardworking employee. Choosing Beggar came in herself to do her own work. How could you be so stupid? Oh, by the way, get on my work. It needs to be done by tomorrow. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.